what is going on? My name is Joe Strong. Today I'm going to give you 3 quick tips to help boost up your deadlift as soon as possible. So now when it comes to our deadlift and ramping up that max or PR level number, so our 1 rep max, there are 3 points that can really break down on our lift. First one, starting from the bottom, is just breaking the ground, getting that weight off the floor. If you're noticing for yourself that this is the breaking point, this is that point where you just cannot get it any higher. But once you actually get it off the ground, everything feels easy afterwards. You want to throw in some sort of concentric pause deadlift. That means on your way up from the bottom, you're going to throw a pause in right as that weight breaks the ground. Throw this in for a cycle or 2 through your training, going about 3 to 5 reps on that heavier load, throwing in a 1 to 2 second pause right as you break the ground on the way up. Lock out that lift, bring it back down, and then do so for those about 6 to 12 weeks that you'll be running through those 2 cycles. This will really help you focus and emphasize that specific point of breaking the ground. And of course, if that is your individual issue, the rest of the movement should feel pretty simple. This is especially the toughest part of a sumo deadlift. If you do pull sumo, breaking the ground is always that toughest part, and then it kind of flies after that. Next is the most common breaking point for conventional deadlifters, which is right at the knee.
Stand up, pivot.
Now, right at the knee is going to be heavily helped by 2 different training methods we can utilize here. One of them, below the knee rack pulls. So that means we're going to set up a squat rack with those with the bars right below our kneecaps. We're going to really load up that weight, work up to a heavy set. This is maybe even heavier than your max deadlift, and we're going to be pulling some reps just from that position. It's going to feel funny getting that first few reps in if you've never done rack pulls before. But just remember, this is only a segmented portion of your deadlift movement. To try to set it up exactly the same. Since it's not our full deadlift, feel free to throw on some straps, use some chalk, I don't care, use some switch grip, something to help you hold onto that bar. Since it's gonna be a little bit higher than your max deadlift, you may have some grip issues pulling out if you're doing about 4 to 6 reps on these rack pulls. And just to respect the gym owners of the gyms you're utilizing, make sure you take a crummy bar or a rack pull bar for these rack pulls, as they can be very difficult or tough on those bars. You don't want to be using any of the nice shiny new ones, any weightlifting bars, anything like that. Just to be courteous to them, you can check out Alan Thrall Untamed Strengths video on barbells. He does a great chat about that as well. Finally, there are very few people, but some people do struggle with the very top end of those deadlifts, just that lockout portion where they're driving their hips forward. Now for them, what I'd highly recommend is practicing some heavy hip thrusts. So this is going to be your upper back support on that bench, legs out front, and then just really isolating out those glutes. This is going to help that last little bit of drive, get those hips through, lock out that movement, or any of that tougher portion when you're actually past your knees on the deadlift. Our glutes come heavily in towards that hip extension at the top. So if we isolate them and we can load them very heavy on the hip thrust as well, we're gonna isolate out our glutes, drive up those numbers, and then the next time we go to hit that 1 rep max, testing out our strength, we're no longer gonna have that weak point if we are getting it off the bench, off the ground. Again, just to reiterate, from the ground, we're gonna throw in those concentric, so on the way up, pauses right as we break the ground, if that's our failing point. 2 is that below the knee or right at the knee failure levels, we're gonna throw in some of those below the knee rack pulls. And then finally, we got those hip thrusts if we really struggle at just locking things out at the top. All right, guys, if you have any tips or tricks that really help you blow up your deadlift, leave them down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, do subscribe, or if you want anything else, just leave a comment and let me know what you're looking to know. All right, have a great day.